After Diogo picked up the Players Player of the Year award and I spoke to him, I said about you would do anything probably to switch individual honours for team honours, and that's what he's done. He's picked up an FA Cup winners medal. Scenes now from inside the dressing room. We managed to sneak a camera in there. You can't hear what's going on, but these pictures say everything, Wes.
Yeah, they do. Listen,
to you personally to win the FA Cup like this?
No, it's not about me. It's about the club and especially this team. We had a very complicated season. We had a lot of setbacks and the team had to deal with it every time. Every time we were criticized, we had bad performances, we were unhappy with ourselves as well. And every time we had to get up. And that is what we did. We stand one more often up and then we fell down. And today was a very good performance, but we had now players on board. We had some luxury problems to make, and then this team can play football. And I'm sure, and I told it before, we are in the right direction, but we are by far not where we want to be.
How confident were you coming into this game today? We all know what Manchester City are. How confident were you that you could win?
You make the point. Manchester City is the best team in the world. No doubt. They play incredible football. They didn't lose for 30 games. I admire them. Pep Guardiola, the way of play he brought in, the players, some incredible players. But we had a hope, we had an idea we could win this game. Because of all the setbacks and also in the previous games against them, we had the idea, we had a foothold, and we had a chance to win a game. And even we could be competitive. And then of course you need a little bit luck that they probably not had their best day. Yeah. And then the belief gets stronger, and so we won the game.
I just wonder what you said to the two teenagers who've scored for you today. We saw a lovely little shot of you embracing them. It's the first time ever two teenagers have scored in an FA Cup final. Was there a little message to them there?
We worked so hard. They worked so hard. And the staff did an incredible job. The academy, don't forget them, but all the coaches from under 21 and all our coaches, they work so hard to develop them. But in the end of the day, they have to do it. And I say, hey, remember this feeling. And I said, Kobe Mino last season when we won the Carabao Cup, make sure that you are next season, you are on the pitch and celebrate this. Yeah. Because this is the best feeling you can have. Winning a cup and FA Cup is really huge. That is absolutely the truth.
Erik, how do you translate what we saw today, which was a very good performance, into a performance like that every week? Because you know where you finished in the league, I don't need to tell you that, everybody knows. How do you translate that into some consistency?
Yeah, when we want to be consistent, first we need players available. That is because in this tough league, you can't compete when you don't need all the players available. Today also we miss really strong players, ability players like Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, Casemiro. But with us it was crazy. We had 15 partnership centre halves. We used 8 centre halves. We didn't have a fullback on the left side. Over the course of a season, we didn't always had a number 6. Our striker was 3 times injured, Rasmus Højlund, and we had only one. So if you want to be consistent, first of all, you need the players to be available, and then you need competition, because the players that they have a need to perform. Now they can underperform and they needed to be in the team. You have to line them up because we don't have other players.
But you must be proud as well, Erik. question players about the quality at Man United, but characters and leadership. They showed character today, which I've questioned, and a lot of people have. But you must be proud of that side of it today.
I know. Also, some progress very good in that matter, like Bruno Fernandes. I think he's a great captain. But of course, it helps absolutely when you have Rafa Varane is there. Now, Licha Martinez is returning. Also, Scott McTominay gives a lot of energy into the team. Onana, don't forget him in his leadership. So yeah, we have some leadership abilities in the team, but we have to improve it much more.
But you shouldn't listen to them pundits anyway. The pundits take no notice of the pundits. Hey, come on, hey.
Eric, I want.
You had trouble to manage the team. So
no, I won a championship with Sunderland. Give me some praise. Hey, come on, don't be too harsh on me.
But I said to you, you did
some tough things.
I agree. As well.
I agree.
Eric, forgive me, I need to ask you one question. They all want to know, all the Man United fans watching want to know, will you be the Manchester United manager next season?
I don't have a doubt, but it's of course not up to me, but I am in a project. And when we came, we were absolutely on a low. We performed, we improved. The squad last season, we were in 2 finals, we won the Carabao Cup, we were 3rd in the league. This season, it's a mess, it's true. But the reasons are there. But in the end, we won a next trophy. And underneath, you see the team is developing. Underneath, you see players developing. You mentioned the young players, but also Bruno Fernandes performing brilliant. Diogo Dalot, for instance. Scott McTominay scored 10 goals. Andre Onana, after a difficult start, came. You see also a player like Haaland growing, improving. Yeah, there is high potential, but it needs time.
Absolutely. Go and celebrate with your team. Thank you very much indeed. Congratulations. I'll take that off you. Thank you very much indeed, Erik. Erik ten Hag. Well, Roy, you heard what he said. He wants to stay, Erik. Of course he does. Yeah. Time will tell. We know what football's like. Louis van Gaal was in this situation 8 years ago.
That's true. But that'll take care of itself over the next few days, whatever the ownership would think. Priority for the manager today and the players to win the cup for Man United. They've done it. Cross that bridge when you get to it.
Yeah.
You know, I was going to say as well, in respects of everybody gets and what they're doing, but they've been hit yet. He's had to do a lot. You can hear him going through what he's been through. And that
he knew the list, didn't he? And I don't blame him for that.
And that must be difficult in itself. But it's not an excuse. He tried to get on with it, and we can see with the season that Man United had and where they finished. For them to finish with this FA Cup, it's an unbelievable ending for the season.
I know we haven't talked about City much. They're still champions of England. They're still the team to beat. They're still the team to beat in Europe, probably.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, a disappointing end to the season. Whenever you lose, like Roy said, when you come to Wembley, it's only enjoyable if you win. They haven't won today, and well, I'm sure they'll look back on the season and realise what they've achieved in regards to the 4 titles in a row. So, yeah, there's still a lot of positives from a City point of view. And
the manager's been very feisty there. I like to see that. Maybe we need to see a bit more of that when you look over the season. No, he's alive. He was aggressive during the week with his answers and his media stuff. So I like that. I like the manager show a bit of fight, and obviously the 2 lads have upset him there. But it's good. You need to see that other side of his personality, because that's been thrown at him a little bit. His personality, his body language on the sideline. It's nice to show
I think he showed a lot of personality there. You know, he fired back, didn't he?
Absolutely.
I want to stay. He said what it is. Man City's still the team to beat, whether you're playing in the Premier League, the Champions League, the League Cup, the FA Cup. You've got to beat City.
Of course they are. Of course they are. And the thing with Man City, because they are the best, like you said, but I'm going to stop.
We'll do it all again at the Euros. We'll do it all again at the Euros. Of course we know the Premier League is massive. Of course we know the Champions League is massive. But look at those pictures and tell me players don't care about the cup.
That's brilliant to see. There's players there who won the World Cup, and you see the smiles. You see the manager. You've got young players at Man United. There's expectation there. There's players who've come to the club over the last few months who've struggled, injuries and form, and that's what makes it worthwhile. Because football is, being professional football can be hard work, a lot of setbacks. You can see the players' faces there. You know, I'm really pleased with United. I had a funny feeling this morning. I felt they'd turn up, and I had a feeling they'd win the cup today. I can't put my finger on it, and I'm delighted they have done, because it's been tough going from. Obviously, the league form has to improve, the usual stuff. More players, recruitment or whatever. But you've got to enjoy these moments. You've got Manu there, young players, 18, 19 years of age.
He scored the winning goal in the cup final as a teenager.
And listen, he's produced over the last few months. And they've only had these moments, beating Liverpool. They've only had a little taste of it. But today, I'm And when you get a taste of this today, you just want more of it. You just want more of it. This is what playing for Man United is all about. Expectation. Lovely celebrations.
Manchester United have beaten both Liverpool and Manchester City on the way to winning this FA Cup. Ian, of course, their league form has been really poor. But last season they won the League Cup. This season they won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Unless you're Man City, not many people are winning trophies in successive seasons. It depends upon the metric by which you measure improvements and progress, doesn't it?
Well, the main thing is that you know we've seen Manchester United's season, and like obviously we've mentioned that it's one of their worst since '89-90. But at the end of the day, this is what Man United are used to. This being in this scenario. It's not been a great season, but they've ended the season with something like this to give back to these fans who, let's face it, have been unbelievable. They've seen some terrible performances, and then this is the reward for sticking with a team, and in the end, the team delivering for them. You hope that they can build on that.
I'm not saying every club would, Jolien, but some clubs would say, OK, we'll be pretty average in the league. I think you were pretty average in the league, and you won 2 trophies in one season.
Yeah, but I still scored a couple.
Yeah, OK, we'd almost got away with it. Some fans will say you can be average in the league. If you win us a trophy, if we win at Wembley, it almost makes up for everything.
Yeah, I think most teams will say that, and most fans will want that, but not Manchester United. You've got to talk on the history, the prestige of that club in England, and you shouldn't just be measured on results on cup. It's the progression, structure, processes, and I think the inconsistencies is the frustration. I think if you but you anticipate Man United being able to rise their level for Liverpool and Man City, but then going so close to being knocked out against Coventry, they're the things that are frustrating, I think, for the fans.
But what United are, they are a cup team. They are a cup team. They're not strong enough to challenge Man City yet, or Arsenal at this point. Even last year they were well adrift. And I know the importance of Champions League and the financial side of it, but you're also playing for Man United to win trophies. So if you are going to be a cup team, and that's what they are, you win it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen, call me stupid, but it is. And the reason I signed for Man United, and hopefully these players will sign for Man United, is to win trophies.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. That's why I tell you, I'm really pleased for Bruno. The way Bruno's played since he's been at this club, he wants to win things. He wants to be that player at a club of this stature and prove to himself. So
the first time, sorry to interrupt you, the first time ever that 2 teenagers have scored in the cup final. Erik Ten Hag, don't blame him at all. If he is going, you know, have all this on your CV.
Well, we're saying if he's going.
I'm left with the cup.
Yeah, but you're saying if he's going, but like he's got assurance saying that they want him to be here as part of what they're going to be doing. So if that's to be, we'll see if that's going to be. This doesn't harm him. This doesn't harm him winning this trophy.
Where the ball came in and everything else was just magnificent.
As you can probably see, a certain Erik Ten Hag has joined us. Many congratulations, Erik.
Thank you.
Thoroughly deserved, excellent performance. You had a plan and your team played it masterly.
Yeah, I think so. All the compliments to the team. They play very good, to our identity, very strong. And you have seen, if we have the players on board, how we can play. Then in our philosophy, they are not even fit. You know, some are not even match fit, but I think the performance was very good.
Does this send a message perhaps for yourself and your team that when your players are all fit and available, that you're much better than perhaps you've shown in some of the parts of this season?
I tell you, whole year, this. Yeah. I tell you this the whole year. When the players are fit, we can play good football, and very good performance against the best team of the world, I think.
How much more important, how much more satisfying is it that it was against not just probably one of the best teams in the world, but also the fact that it's your local rivals?
Of course, always, when your local the rivalry is there, it's much more important when you play against a team from your own city. But also for us, it was not about this. It was more to prove a point after such a worst year, with so many setbacks, with all the injuries, and every time we had to survive. But so the team showed so much resilience, and I'm very proud of them.
No, so you should be. Do you feel like you've been unfairly treated by the media, by the likes of ourselves?
I think so. The team, me as well, was not right.
Okay.
The only thing I would say to that, though, you had a team out there today who've shown a great attitude, who've shown great ability, who've won every single tackle. That hasn't always been the case this season, though, has it? So you can understand why we do criticise sometimes. If you had had that every single week, then you wouldn't have finished in 8th. Today was unbelievable.
No, but we didn't have the players. And you are right, we have seen the same things. There was not always good football. Definitely not. But we had to make all the time compromises. And yeah, then you can't play the football you want to play. I'm now 2 years here, and probably maybe we had 3-4 times we had the full squad on board. Also today, some massive players like Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, Casemiro not on board.
Yeah, I can sense your frustration, and your frustration might be that this could conceivably be your last game. Do you know? Do you?
I don't know.
You don't.
But it's. Only thing what I am doing is preparing my team, develop my team, progress my team, and the individual players, because this is for me a project. And when I came in, I can say it was a mess. Yeah. And we are now better. Underneath, I always said we are better, but we are by far not where we want to be.
Yeah. You won a trophy last season. You've won a trophy this season. You're now in European football again. So whatever happens to you, you can hang your head out pride, can't you?
Football is about winning trophies. And in the end of the day, I want to play the best football. I want to play dynamic football, attacking football. But in the end, you have to win games and you have to win trophies. And now, yeah, that is the mentality we brought in. We had only one opportunity. That was the FA Cup. And we did it. So what I say, I'm so very proud of the players and staff, because they did an incredible job.
Erik, we've just witnessed a great midfield performance from a youngster in Kobbie Mainoo, going up against some of the world's best in Rodri and De Bruyne and Phil Foden. He was magnificent today, wasn't he?
He was. It was really so enjoyable to watch Kobbie on his age. But it's also an example. We wanted to bring him, and then in the second game in pre-season he got a bad injury and took him long to get back. But in the moment we brought him, the team...
How high can he go?
I think we have to keep it calm. Right. Because you are very good here in England to push players and manage very high, and then you hammer them when they are 1 or 2 bad performances.
Erik,
I think you should be more calm.
Okay.
Erik, thanks very much for your time. Many congratulations, and we hope to see you next season. We hope to see you next season. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Well done.
There we go. The Manchester United players are still celebrating on the field. Whatever happens, he can hold his head up high, can't you?
Yeah,
Alan, I mean, you're very brave for that question, by the way, I thought.
He was very spiky, but understandably so. I think us pundits, we give people a fair shake. I think, again, the scrutiny of Man United, at times this season, they've not been good enough. Today, they was a different team, and we saw that. And the question from Al was, why have we not seen that all season? Of course, that's got to do with partnerships at the back, like the man on the screen now. But we talk about consistency. To be a good team or a very good team, you've got to do it on a consistent basis, and that's all we say as pundits.
There's a reason why they finished 8th.
Yep. Well,
so that's why I
said
thought
it's his injuries and the problem.
Well, everyone's had injuries.
Yeah.
Most teams have had injuries this season, so I get that. But you've got to get over that. When you're a club of this size, we always hear it from the Man United ex-players. When you're the size of you've got to deliver. And finishing 8th is not that, so that's why I thought it was right to ask that question.
A little warning for you, Wayne. Managers always get the blame, okay?
I do think you need to take it easy on these managers.
It's all right. We'll have to wait until you're in the top flight, Wayne. We'll get you on Match of the Day, but until then you're safe.
We'll get him in an FA Cup game next year.
Definitely. Wow. Great scene. So let's have a look at Kobbie Mainoo's goal. Beautiful bit of football from Manchester United, Wayne. Really was, right from their own box.
I think they showed this all afternoon. I think the composure when you won the ball, which is so important against Manchester City, to make 2 or 3 passes, to allow your players to get up the pitch, was really important. And then a great switch from Marcus, and then Garnacho taking the ball, Bruno arriving at the right time, and this pass is absolutely incredible. I think there's not many players in world football who would see that pass never land.
So, if Garnacho's on the left-hand side here, that doesn't happen, because he's playing on the right-hand side with him being right-footed. I know it's a bit of a simple pass, but sometimes they're the most difficult ones, and because he can find that, and you can see Bruno scanning around, he knows exactly where Mainoo is. I mean, Rashford's was a wonderful pass, Garnacho's was Bruno's was, and the finish was just incredible. He's so calm the way he just tucks it away. He doesn't look under any pressure, there's no panic, he just guides it into the net, doesn't he? The keeper thinks he's going to go the other way. What a finish, what a goal.
I think this is such a big moment as well, and we've seen it over the years from Manchester United's academy, and I'm someone who's been there quite a lot recently with my children, and to have someone come through the academy to score the winning goal in the FA Cup final against Man City is such a big moment for the football club.
As we expected, Manchester United 2 up at half-time. You expect City to have a go, and they did to a degree. They weren't at their best at all today, at any point, really. But Haaland went very close, didn't he? Struck, I think, the crossbar.
Yeah, but I mean, he wasn't really in the game that much. We always want more from Haaland. He was sort of feeding off scraps at times, but it's an amazing effort. Doku, as soon as he come on, he made the difference. And that's what I was talking about in the first half. They needed that injection of pace. I think too much in the first half. Walker was left isolated on that right-hand side. Guardiola was high on the other side. And it's all good when you come in and then you can make the run behind Man United's fullbacks. But at times we were left isolated where to dribble, and it just wasn't working.
Well, you highlighted it before the game about the problems that Man United caused Manchester City at the Etihad with that high line and the way they can actually get in behind them. I mean, they could have punched them on that day, they didn't, but they certainly did that today. I mean, that second goal, it just had class all over it. I mean, everything. Manu started it in his own box. Incredible. Then he finds Rashford with a switch of play, and then the way they move it and the finish. I mean, everything about it was just magnificent.
It really was. We saw, didn't we, obviously a mistake from Ortega. There was also a mistake from Onana late on in the game. But he did make a sensational game, didn't he, from Kyle Walker? Sensational save.
Yeah, it's some save, such a strong hand on the ball. Kyle strikes it really well, but I think he sees it late as well, so I think to get such a strong hand on it. And he had a really good game. He's been criticised a lot this season as well, and I think towards the end of the season his form has got better, so I think he had a really good game today.
Alvarez chance next, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. It was a big moment.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he does really well, really good run. But as he comes inside here, you'll see it on the next angle here, he just doesn't touch it enough, so he could guide it to either corner. He sort of gets under his feet, which then he can't get the position that he needs to score the goal. But you knew when he was missing them chances, it wasn't going to be Man City's day. You just could tell.
No, they had that chance. They had a Phil Foden one, which he didn't quite connect. They had the Haaland one, and of course they had the goal. I mean, I know they were better in the second. Those were the 4 chances, the big moments. Well done.
We've been joined by Diogo Dalot. Many congratulations. Excellent performance from your whole side. You must be absolutely thrilled.
Yeah, I think it was the best way to approach this game. The mentality that we showed, the hard work, the resilience. I mean, I could say it was the best game of the season in terms of being complete as a team, duels, being really focused. I mean, you could feel inside the dressing room before the game that we really wanted to win this game. But again, this is the standard of this club. It has to be every single game, has to be in every single competition. I know it was a tough season, but it feels good to end at least like this with a trophy.
Why do you think that's not been that consistent this season compared with the performance of today, which was a brilliant performance?
You could use all the excuses that everybody talked during the year. It was the injuries, it was the performances. Overall, I try not to use them as excuse. In the end of the day, we're playing for Man United.
Your manager did.
Yeah, but obviously it's a reality. We cannot hide from it. But at the same time, we're inside the pitch. We still have the opportunity to do things good. We could have done things better during all season. But again, I think it feels good for us, and especially for these fans. They were amazing through all the year, and they, more than everyone, they deserve this.
You look like you had a real game plan out there today, a real structure to your game, and all the players stuck to it really well.
Yeah, I mean, we knew that if we close the middle, if we just allow him to play from the outside, it could get a little bit easier for us because the distance between us were really short. Backwards pressing had to be really aggressive as well. And then we knew that the spaces weren't behind. I mean, we created some chances, especially first half we did really well. Then I think it was hold the result and try to be as much efficient as we can.
How important was it to have the 2 experienced heads in the middle there, and Martinez and Varane? I think it's, what, 14 or 15 different partnerships the managers had to play in the middle there, but those two alongside you and Wan-Bissaka were rock solid in there, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I think it showed the connection that they have there. Even with me, the fullbacks, they really step up when they are on the pitch, and it gives us more confidence as well back there, because we have a good connection between each other. And again, I'm ashamed.
Was the best player our season? Now we need to.
Bruno, thank you very much for that. He's got to go. I've got 2 mics. I don't know what to do with 2 mics. Well, that was an interception, but quite right. Let him enjoy himself. But he did come over. He did come over. Yeah. Manchester City got themselves back into it with Jeremy Doku.
Yeah, I mean, Onana probably should do better, but this is what we was talking about. In these one-on-one areas here, facing, obviously got Wan-Bissaka and Garnacho, and it's just that little shift. You can probably think this is going far post, it goes near post, but you'll see it on this angle. Onana probably should be saving that. And there was a little glimmer of hope for Man City, but it just wasn't meant to be. And yeah, in the end, I thought the best team.
Yeah, he should have saved that. I mean, it made up for an uncomfortable last 10 minutes or so, didn't it? But they hung in well. And you know what? He made 2 or 3 really good saves. And what he also did really well, when they were under pressure, he actually came and punched it, or came and caught it from the corners, just to take the pressure off his defenders.
Makes a real difference, that.
Absolutely.
We can hear from Pep Guardiola. He's with Kelly Summers.
Pep, not to be today, not something you've had to do, address your team after losing a final too often, but what have you just said to the players in the dressing room?
After the game?
Yeah, what did you say?
Congratulate all of them for a fantastic season.
But what did you make of the performance today? Where do you feel it went wrong?
Wrong. We lose the game. Congratulate United. It was a tight game, and after we conceded a goal, and in the second half, except the first 5-10 minutes, where the chances, we change our pace up front, and overall we make a really good performance considering the final, and congratulate United.
You mentioned there the opening goal. Stefan Ortega played such a key part in winning you the Premier League trophy at the end. What went wrong, and how much did that goal rock you, do you feel?
No, what can happen? Many things happen in the finals today, many things, decisions, so many things happen, and at the end they scored 2 goals, and we could not score more.
You said in the week that if you lost the final, you wanted it to be because the other team were better, not because you weren't yourselves. Do you feel that was the case today? So you don't feel United were better?
No.
Was it simply a case of not taking your chances? What was the difference?
No, I know the chances they had, that we had in the second half. We were there all the time, a transition team, always United since 10, 20, 30 years, always have been a transition team. In the first half we struggled a little bit, and the second half we were better until we found our moment. We scored a little bit late with the chances we had with Erling, 2 with Julian, actions from Jeremy, especially in the left side. Yeah, in general it was a good performance considering the final, and something happened.
You stayed out and watched Manchester United lift the trophy. Can that be a motivating factor for you next season to say to your players, we don't want to watch another team lift a trophy next year?
No, we don't play against United. We play for ourselves. So what they're going to do United is no business.
Thanks, Pep.
Thank you very much.
Well tried, Kelly. It's hard work when he wins, but when he loses, it's not the easiest post-match interview. But you can understand, he's a winner, he's not used to this, it doesn't happen very often.
You don't want to lose, I get it, I understand it. It was a tough interview, but Kelly did really well there. She was not getting anything from him though. She could have still been there the next half an hour and he still answered the same.
No, what I think he was trying to say, because Man City, the way they play, they're always on the front foot, dominate possession, trying to create something, and then they get hit on the counter-attack. But we could have told you that was going to happen before the game, and he's just frustrated that Man United, the club that they are, sitting back, but the tactics won them the game.
It's probably also part of him that you can't imagine his teams ever playing counter-attacking football.
No, and I think, you know, as Mick has said, we knew before the game that this was the way Manchester United were going to play, and he plays the same way. He's a stubborn manager, plays the same way, but why would he change? Because it's successful. And when they do get beat, which isn't very often. Obviously, he finds it hard to take. But I disagree where he said they were the better team. I think United were the better team and deserved the win.
It's not just microphones Bruno Fernandes tries to steal. Look, he's trying to get that FA Cup off Erik ten Hag, just in case he's off with it tomorrow.
We should try to give one to Alan.
Great scenes, though. Great scenes for... And you have to feel pleased for Ten. You could feel his frustration when he was stood between us, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely, and you could feel his... He was tetchy for a reason, because they've been criticised, but I go back to my point that I said to him, they've been criticised for a reason, because, you know, even when you've got injured players, you've got players who have got to come in there, and at times we've criticised Man United this season for lack of effort. And there's one thing that you cannot be accused of at times is lack of effort. Even with whatever teams go out, you've still got to give everything. And I don't think that has been the case this season. We saw it today, and it was brilliant today. It hasn't always been that way.
Great day for your old club, Wayne. The final words with you. You predicted a 2-1 win for Manchester United. You shouldn't have gone into management. You should have gone punditry.
Yeah, no, obviously it's a great day for the football club, and there's been a lot of talk about the football club over the last 12 months, and I'm so pleased that they've ended the season on a high, winning the FA Cup, and hopefully it's the start for them over the next few years. Something special. Great stuff.
We wish you well, Wayne, back into management, but we'll see you at the Euros. Micah, thank you.
Your final game in a United shirt, you've won the FA Cup. What are your emotions?
What a finish. I mean, this season has been tough, but the team has been very resilient. And at the end, we have that happiness, and the lads, they deserved it. And yeah, I fought a lot to be back on time, and finally I could play that final and had my teammates. So yeah, it's emotional. I mean, I came back for love for my teammates, for the fans, and fighting for another trophy. So at the end, it's very emotional, but I'm very happy.
You say fighting for your teammates. You had to do a lot of fighting on the pitch today. How much did that get you up here? How much mentality did you need?
I think we all agree. Today it was different. The atmosphere was something special inside the team, and everyone believed, everyone was ready to fight for the team. The plan was perfect. We made it with the manager together, and everyone was ready to do the job. And at the end, well, we deserve the win. So
I'll let you go, but very quickly, what does this feel like? Just all of these fans singing and waving flags.
Well, that's amazing. That's United. That's love, and yeah, everyone is happy, excited. So we're going to celebrate properly, and yeah, I'm just emotional. So let's enjoy, and yeah, it's a happy day. So
amazing.
Let's celebrate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Diogo, we spoke when you joined Manchester United on the Club Podcast, and you told us what you wanted to achieve. You've just won the FA Cup. How does that feel?
Amazing. I mean, especially after this season, it has a special feeling. These fans deserve more than anything. They've been with us all the way through. They were amazing, even sometimes when we didn't deserve. And today, I think we ended well. Tough season, difficult season, and it means a lot winning this trophy. And it's been, to be honest, but I think this was a very good step for us to next season we do things better.
We see your passion every week and how much you motivate the fans and get them going. How much did you need them today, especially when it got tight at the end?
I mean, a lot. Then it's about mentality. It's still a few minutes to go, and you need to find energy where probably you don't have it, and they gave us that all the way through the season. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, but I think in the end it all worth it, I think, for them to see us lifting this trophy.
So do you think the game plan just worked perfectly today?
Yeah, but more than the game plan, I think the mentality. You could smell in the dressing room before the game. We were connected with each other. We were ready, like I've never seen this season, and pretty much last year. We were really into it at 100%, and today we showed that if we are a team, if we have this mentality, we can beat anybody.
How are you going to celebrate?
With my family. I just want to hug them. My wife, my daughter. It's been a really tough season. They've been through with me for a lot of moments. I have to sacrifice a lot to be fit, to be available, to be ready to play, and they helped me a lot. So I want to celebrate with them, and then with my second family that is inside that dressing room. They deserve it as well.
Don't let me hold you back. Go celebrate.
About the need for fights, for resilience, for passion, desire. Have we seen that all today?
Yeah, we knew what we needed to win the game. We know they're a brilliant team. They play good football. They have amazing players. But we knew that if we had the right spirit, we could get the win today.
Tactically, what did the manager get absolutely right today?
Oh, everything. He prepares every game well. Sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. But I think you can see it. It was about being compact, about making pressure between the lines, about having some heart and some passion.
And your two teenagers with the 2 goals.
Yeah, that's what Manchester United is about also. They have to step up in these moments. They are big players. Doesn't matter the age.
You're known for your assists. Is that one of your best assists, that pass?
I don't know, but yeah, it was a good pass. I said to Kobe at half-time that what it gets more happy is that he believed that I can see the pass. And so that makes me happy, but it shows us my qualities.
You were long outsiders of this. What does it mean for those fans behind you after the season you've had to win this game and to beat your rivals who've had so much dominance?
Oh, they deserve so much. They deserve it even more than us. We deserve a lot. I can tell you, we didn't have the season that we wanted, but they've been behind us in the worst periods, and then today we have to give something back.
And you've said it, it's about winning trophies. It has to be. For you, if you're going to carry on with Manchester United. For Manchester United.
Of course, but this is part of the club, the DNA of the club. The history of the club, this is what it is winning trophies.
And what about the manager? As you know, there's speculation about his future and talk that he might be leaving after this.
We just want to celebrate. We just want to enjoy this moment. Together with the fans, together with all the staff, including the manager. We all deserve this, all.
But does he deserve the right to stay, to carry on?
That's not on me to decide. I'm just a football player.
Well done today. Enjoy it. Thank you.
Well, a red letter day for Manchester United. We'll get more reaction from Roy, from Ian and from Jolien. But here is Becky Ives with Karen Carney.
Incredible scenes as we watch Erik Ten Hag with his players. Manchester United FA Cup winners again. The last time they won this was 2016. Karen thoroughly deserved it this afternoon.
Yeah, I think they did. I mean, we spoke about it before the show. The dress rehearsal was actually last week against Brighton. That was the tactics they were going to use. They used them today. They used them massively effectively. And also in possession, they were really good. The decision-making was spot on. Every single player was superb today. And you kind of think, where was this performance throughout the season? And I wouldn't have thought before the game, I would have said that, you know, Erik Ten Hag would have out-tacticked Pep Guardiola, would have laughed at you at that maybe. But we're just seeing Kevin De Bruyne now go in the crowd. He's obviously massively disappointed with the result today. But at the end of the day, it was Manchester United's day. They were absolutely superb. They denied Manchester City from any real clear-cut chances until Doku came on, and he was the threat. And the 2 centre-backs were brilliant.
It's such a mix of youth and experience there. So we see Johnny Evans looking up into the crowd there. Two teenagers on the score sheet for Manchester United. But a note on Marcus Rashford today, because it has been a difficult period for him.
Well, he was in the build-up to that wonderful team goal. And to have the week that you mentioned there hasn't been easy for him. But I thought his performance was excellent today. And he took his part and did his part really, really well. That's quite nice scenes there. Everyone's disappointed, FA Cup finals, when you don't get that result. And
oh, bless him, I don't know if that's his child. I think that's his son, bless him, just consoling him. It's difficult for these families, isn't it? They've had so much success, Manchester City, but today United, for the first time, got the better of them this season. What did they do well compared to what didn't quite work for City today?
Well, I don't know whether there's a little bit of a hangover, I have to be brutally honest, from winning the Premier League. You know, they didn't look themselves, the rhythm wasn't quite there. The back line looked a little bit disjointed, but I just kind of have to say that it was down to that man there, the Manchester United manager. You know, he got his tactics spot on. He's given himself a lifeline. Will he be still at Manchester United next season? Well, he's given himself a very good chance now. He's winning a cup. But the question would be, why did he not perform these type of tactics throughout the season? Brilliant today. The rest of the season, I've said it here on ITV before, Manchester United have been a bunch of individuals. Today was the first time I actually thought it was a team performance. And I'd be saying, where was it the rest of the season? But you have to applaud it, and he played his part when he came on as well.
That's what it means to these players. Rasmus Højlund in tears at the end of this. He played the role of an impact sub again today. I'm sure he was devastated not to start, to be honest.
That guy, Kobbie Mainoo, wow. Well, look, I have to say it again, I'm excited for the Euros with that performance as well. So, look, you have to applaud every Manchester United player today. They had a game plan, they executed it, delivered it. And it's not easy to... You can always have a game plan, Becky. You can say, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to try and do. We tried it against Brighton. But it's so difficult when you're playing this Manchester City team. They've got everything about them.
Luke Shaw there on the pitch. Manchester United have missed him this season. They really have. But what did you make of the back line today?
Luke Shaw is recognised left-back, and you're right, Manchester United the whole season have absolutely been... The back line, it's been chop and change. You mentioned at the start of the show, the centre-back pairing has changed 15 times this year. So to have the performance to deny Manchester City from any real big clear-cut chances, apart from long-range distance shots, you have to applaud. Honestly, you can only speak positives. And Varane as well, he's played very limited minutes over the last month or so. To come in and again, solid performance.
Well, I think that's Varane's last game for Manchester United as well. What a way to end it.
Might drop and end on that.
Absolutely. It's worth noting as well, European football now returns to Old Trafford next season, Europa League.
Look, if it wasn't a motivation before the game, an FA Cup and also against Manchester City, it was to get European football. It would have been an absolute disaster from Dave Brailsford there, and obviously to Jim Ratcliffe coming in and not having European football. So it's a great win, great day all round for Manchester United. And Harry Maguire as well. You know, he'll be pleased there as well to have another title.
Yeah, I wonder how much they were all contributing from the sidelines there, trying to help their team off the pitch while they couldn't. What about Pep Guardiola's thoughts?
Well, it was interesting. We were watching him after 30 minutes. He knew that the tactics weren't working, and he told Doku and he told Akanji, go get ready. And I thought, is he going to do it before half-time, bring those substitutes on? So he knew it wasn't, sometimes it just wasn't feeling right. And I have to say, if Man United played Manchester City 10 times, you'd probably say with the squad you'd lose 9. But today was about that one win, and Man United deserved winners today.
All right, let's head back to Gabriel, who is with Kobbie Mainoo.
Kobbie, for a lad brought up in the Manchester United colours, come through the system, sum up today.
Oh, it's been unbelievable. I mean, the support from the fans and the game as a whole, to me, to be able to run it back from last year, you know, a tough loss, and I wasn't able to be involved, and now to be involved and just to be around it's been amazing.
What worked tactically in particular today?
Tactically, just trying to stop everything going through the middle, to be honest. They're so dangerous in the middle of the pitch. They've got so much quality there with De Bruyne, Foden, Rodri. So just trying to send everything wide and just block it, defend with our lives.
Sum up your goal, what a moment.
I know, to be honest, it's such an amazing moment, I can't even remember it, to be honest. I remember making the run and slotting it into the corner, and that's about it.
Well, I think you started the move to a degree, then it goes cross-field. The assist from Bruno Fernandes, it looked like he saw you several times. Yeah. That's Bruno.
Yeah, I mean, the quality he has, everyone knows the quality he has. He sees things that no one else can. I tried to shout him, I don't know if he could hear me, but yeah, he just found me in the right spot and I was able to finish it.
2-0 up at half-time, you know they're going to come for you. What's key in the second half?
Just not get carried away with ourselves, you know. We have to be very humble and respect them. They're a great team. We know they can do a lot of danger to us, especially coming out into the second half. So we just have to keep our heads and keep together.
Some might wonder, some Manchester United fans up there, where's that performance been? It was so good in so many ways.
I know it's been a tough season, and luckily we've had the fans behind us the whole way. But in a game like this, we have to come together. I mean, it's been our light at the end of the tunnel, so we have to come together.
You know this club. What does it mean to this club to win an all-Manchester FA Cup final? To do it against a team, the local rivals who've been so dominant?
Yeah, the FA Cup is such a historic trophy, and to do it in this game in a derby, it's nothing sweeter.
So called up for England, FA Cup final winner, FA Cup final scorer.
Thank you very much. It's been amazing. I mean, I don't want to think about England too much. I don't want to take all this in, but yeah, I just want to live in the moment for right now.
Yeah, I forgot. Player of the match as well. Well done.
Thank you very much.